Hey guys, welcome back to the Apocalyptic Prophecy series. Before we get deeper into the Nostradamus predictions, I want to talk about a famous psychic named Jean Dixon. She was one of the most famous psychics of the 20th century. In 1956, she published a prediction that the 1960 election would be won by a Democrat and that person would be assassinated in office. That person turned out to be JFK. She became an advisor to FDR. She told him that World War II would end in 1945. He died in 1945, but the war did end shortly after his death. She also became an advisor for Presidents Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan. But on February 5th, 1962, the same date that came through in the Dolores Cannon books, Jean Dixon had a psychic vision of the Antichrist being born. She said that his presence would be pretty unknown until the age of 30 when he came into power. She said that he would be a military figure, but also a phenomenon of political order. She said that he would come from the Holy Land, and that at the time he was in power, there would be an advanced communication system that would link the youth of the countries. She said that leading up to the Antichrist's destruction of the world, that the youth would become vulnerable because of chemical and biological warfare experiments on people. She said that there would be a government within a government that would damage social and economic factors, which would prepare the world for the Antichrist. She said that he would be known as the Prince of Peace, and that he would promise civil liberty, equality, and reform. Now let's compare this to some of the Nostradamus predictions. Nostradamus says that the Antichrist will be seen as a great humanitarian, and that he will win many peace prizes from countries around the world, and maybe even a Nobel Peace Prize one day. That he will be loved for bringing prosperity to countries that are experiencing famine and loss. But that leading up to him taking his control of the world, economic chaos will spread beyond third world countries and will affect the major nations. Nostradamus says, leading to these times of trouble, the political situation of the United States would start to deteriorate. He says that within the government, there will be people who secretly serve organizations that can be traced back to banking families, as well as commodity families like gold, oil, and diamonds. And that initially these families just think that this Antichrist is just another world leader for their control. But eventually the Antichrist will turn on them, which will eventually backfire, because then the people who've been inciting wars will be gone or have lost their power. So the general public will really only want peace. He says that these organizations have the power to control inflation rates as well as unemployment rates. Nostradamus says there will be a vocal minority of people who are claiming that this person is the Antichrist. But because people see that he has only done good things, it will be a very unpopular movement. And next, we're going to talk about the evil mentor of the Antichrist and how he grooms him into his position and to fulfill his destiny for evil.